Hello and welcome to CAN TV Conversations. I'm Brandon Rudy, and today we're talking about the fall cancellations of high school basketball in the state of Illinois and what it meant for the coaches and their players to have the opportunity to play in 2021. Joining me today is Roshawm Russell. He is the current head basketball coach at St. Rita High School in Chicago. Thank you for being here, Coach. Can you begin with...
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Can you begin with what it has meant for you to be able to coach these players in the middle of a pandemic when some thought there may not be a season at all?
It's meant a lot. I mean, there was a lot of anxiety about, if we would have a season this year, particularly for the seniors, them, not knowing if they would have a one more opportunity to wear the St. Rita uniform that means so much to them. So it was... I'm happy. I feel fortunate for the kids that we were able to have a season, although it wasn't, a full season, no state playoffs. But again, at the end of the day, they had one last opportunity to put on a uniform, play with their teammates. So happy it happened because we were not certain that it would.
Yeah, of course. Going back to last fall, what was kind of your personal reaction as well as the players? What were y'all thinking when the season was canceled beginning last fall?
Well, disappointment for sure, but I wanted to encourage them to stay positive and just, win each day, keep working out, get in the gym where you can safely. But really just wanted to, again, just try to keep their spirits up. We kept hearing different things. 1 minute season's canceled. Oh, we're going to play in December. Oh, we're going to play in January. So, I really appreciate the efforts for those involved in making that decision. So I just, again, I told my team the worst thing we can do is not be ready when the time comes.
Of course, it was a very long process. What were kind of the players' reactions initially when they heard they would have a season? Were they excited? What were their initial reactions?
Excited, relief, but really just more excited. I mean, we had a unique situation here at St. Rita being so young. So, while you had, a few seniors who wanted that, last opportunity to again, put on that uniform, you also had, a good amount of freshmen and sophomores that, were looking forward to their experience of playing varsity basketball. So really, when we broke the news to them, there was a lot of joy for sure.
Of course, staying kind of with the young theme, you had a very young team, and that brings many challenges to begin with. But adding a COVID-driven season to that can bring up more challenges. What would you say was the biggest hurdle for this team throughout the spring?
Practice, and even, throughout the season, you have a game that gets canceled or you're out for a week due to COVID. So, there were some games we went into without practice. So, for a young team, it's really important to, have repetition and a consistent schedule. So, when you're practicing 1 week, not the next week, you find out you have a game at 1 p.m. the same day. That's tough for anyone, let alone a team as young as ours.
Of course. Describe what this season has kind of been like for the players, parents, kind of social distancing-wise. What have the protocols been in place to keep everyone safe?
Yeah, so we have to have daily temperature checks. We have to ask if they're having any symptoms. Have they been exposed? At the games, there's only home fans allowed, which our parents, so each of our players, would get 2 tickets, so to speak. So 2 parents, everyone's 6 feet apart, wearing a mask. The players are in masks, on the court, on the bench, the coaches, which for me, I don't have the loudest voice. So that was a challenge. So we tried a few hand signals this year, and I actually kind of like that a little bit. But on the high school level specifically, you really want to teach the kids how to communicate. So we didn't use too many hand signals, but maybe a little bit more than usual.
For sure. Going back to that last game, what was the last game like for the seniors and their emotions throughout, especially with their ability to still get in a season after possibly thinking that their careers could be over last fall?
They were emotional for sure. I mean, any last game for any senior, I've been a part of as a player, as a coach, it's overwhelming, always. But I also got a sense that they were thankful too. There were a lot of hugs, a lot of tears. Definitely, wish it wasn't so short. We only played 12 games, which is, not even half of what we normally would play. But, again, they were thankful, emotional, but just appreciative that, we all had that opportunity and, we lived through history together and through the ups and downs and the challenges, we stayed together and supported each other. So it still was a special season for us.
Of course. What is kind of next for the team, especially with the young players? What is next for the team throughout the spring and hopefully a fall season, a regular fall season next fall?
Well, I'll be honest, right now I'm kind of, I've taken a step back, I kind of, let the guys, play their AAU and, I'm just kind of checking in on them. So I'll watch some live streams. I've attended a few games, just making sure they're working out. But I try to, give them some space around this time. We'll get to it in June. Looks like we will have 20 contact days. Traditionally, we have 25, but it looks like we will have 20 contact days to get together in June. So I'm certainly looking forward to that. And the fall is always exciting, between conditioning and lifting and watching them play and develop. So I'm really excited. We have a bright future. We actually had one of our freshmen, James Brown. He actually got invited to the USA camp this spring, which is a select group. And we'll see if he makes the team. They only keep 12, and then they go to Argentina to represent the United States. So I'm really excited for him. And, we have a lot of other guys that have some exciting things going for them. So just want to encourage them to continue to get better, work hard. First and foremost, keep up their grades academically. But again, I haven't asked too much of them during this time. Again, there's a nice break time here, so I'm going to utilize it.
Yeah, of course. What was the biggest kind of challenge throughout this season, and what would you say the team as well as yourself has learned from it heading into next year?
I think the biggest challenge is really how we handle our emotions. It was, for instance, game one, we had Rob Gallick, who he works at St. Rita. He did a hype video for our team, and it was pretty cool. He did a great job. And we were getting ready for De La Salle, and you can just feel the energy and the anticipation, not only within our team, but around the school and the state. And, everyone's, basketball is back, and we find out at about 2:00 the game's canceled. And it's deflating, to the point that by the time we played that Friday, we played Wednesday, we were, it was still exciting, but it just kind of took some out of you, out of us. So really just trying to stay even, not getting too high, not getting too low. And, sometimes we certainly fell into that trap of, maybe we got really low, like, wow, like we got a week off, or this game got canceled, or back-to-back games got canceled. When are we going to play again? So that part was extremely challenging, but I'm proud of our guys. They fought through it and they worked hard, when we had the opportunity to.
Of course. And what are you going to take from this season heading into next season and future seasons in the future?
It sounds simple, but just be appreciative. You never know when this can be taken away from you. And, we say that in life generally way too much, and we still take things for granted. So, just being appreciative to be together, to do what we all love to do. I love coaching. They love playing. So, there's no excuse for stepping on the floor and not having, maximum effort every day. That's from me and my staff and all the players, managers, everyone included. So just trying to make the most out of each day.
Awesome. I really appreciate it, Coach. My thanks to Coach Roshawm for joining us today to have this discussion. And thank you for watching CAN TV Conversations. I'm Brandon Rudy. Have a good day.
Thanks again.